as litigious as Prince Rogers Nelson was, the man notoriously litigated furiously and made a lot of lawyers very rich. He never drew up a will. I was convinced for the longest time that there would be this tiny country attorney who would come forward with Prince's will, but it never happened. He had millions and millions of assets, not to mention all of the unreleased music in his big purple vault, all of his memorabilia, not a single piece of any indication of what he wanted to happen to any of that stuff after he was gone. So now there is a small probate court that is trying desperately to manage where all of his stuff goes. He also died without any children. He and one of his partners had one child who died as an infant, and so his siblings and half-siblings and their children are all duking it out. There's DNA tests, all these things are going on. So nobody, at the end of the day, all of Prince's stuff is just going to be ripped and divided, but the court has to answer a couple of essential questions. Who is going to get all of this stuff? And then what happens to all of these digital assets that you can't physically hand to somebody? Posthumously released music. Some of the most famous songs of all time were posthumously released. Otis Redding's Sitting by the Dock of the Bay was actually a posthumously released song. He recorded it in Macon before he got on that plane that ultimately crashed and killed him. So posthumously released music is not a new thing. Michael Jackson has a few posthumously released songs, but the question is, what did Prince want to do with all of this music? He was notoriously perfectionist about all of his art, and now we have to ask the question, who gets it, and then what do they do with it once they get it? How do we divide a piece of unreleased digital recorded music?